My name is Chad Matthews, and I'm a missional storyteller. I traveled all over the country building friendships with men and women experiencing homelessness, capturing their stories and seeing how they live. Now I'm back home in East Texas, where I've asked 15 of my best friends to share their story of what it's like to live life on the street.
I grew up in the projects. I didn't know that life was so rough, but yet and still though, it was still good. And by me growing up in the projects kind of showed me a lot of things about the rough times because we didn't have money. So being in the neighborhood where I come from, it was just like having the world, even though we didn't have a lot. But the playgrounds and the little kids and the neighborhood that we come from showed us that not having a lot really could mean something growing up. So I think it was about 8 when I ran into my first trauma. That was with my grandfather when I woke up in the bed with him and he was already gone. I think that's about where it kind of took the wrong turn for me. Then it just kept going. It was like 8 years go on into 8 years, and it was just death after death after death. Then I lost my brother when he was 10. I lost my aunties and all them. So I hadn't never seen actually no good. Just grew up in a dangerous neighborhood. Everyone selling crack. I say about 14. Say about 14 when I started my trouble of crime, like going to juvenile, doing the neighborhood things that you see other folks were doing. From that point, it was just like things just started to take a whole different turn for me. Because about 15, I lost my mom. That's when I started getting into the streets, smoking weed, gang banging, committing crime, doing everything that I thought they could satisfy me, which it really wasn't what I was looking for. But no one never told me that the life of crime was gonna cost me. So I started doing what I see. I started imitating what I seen, and therefore it was selling drugs, pimping women, doing drugs, smoking weed, cocaine, anything that made me feel good to pass that time of hurt. So by the time I was 18, I went to jail for the first time. Spent a couple of months there. By the time I was 19, spent another few months. By the time I was 20, spent a few more months. By the time I was 22, I had my first son. I think that kind of changed it. I didn't want him doing what I was doing. But it got a little bit worse because I got deeper into the game. I had more women, more drugs, and more parties, more lifestyle ventures came on. Even the homeboys, gang banging, shooting, robbing, all this. That is the world that I was living. I see my brothers and them go to the pen, spending 13, 14 years in and out of the pen, cousins in and out of the pen, uncles and them selling dope. It's not a good scene, but at the same time that taught me that I didn't have to be like them. By the time I was 25, I had my second son. That changed, because now I got 2 sons instead of 1. So moved from Texarkana, went to Hot Springs. When I moved from Hot Springs, when I went to Hot Springs, I ended up doing the same thing. Ended up in jail, drug raids, kids seeing police come in, drawing down on me, 2008, it's 2003 I had my second son, my bad. 2005 I had my third son. 2007 I was in a drug raid. 2008 I was in a drug raid. And it just kept getting worse and worse. It was 2007, January 24, at 5:25 in the morning. There was these guys in black suits. They coming up. I'm thinking I'm about to get robbed, but it's not a robbery. It's the police. They comes in, they kicks the door in. And as he opens the door, he shoves a 12 gauge Remington in my chest. And he asked me these 3 questions. Do you want to live? Where's the drugs? And where's the money? I didn't know what to say. I thought it was gonna be me and my kids. They was gonna have to see their dad get killed that morning. I guess because I didn't have my mindset on where I needed to be. It was all about getting that dollar. That's all that mattered, because I had my 3 sons by now. It's all about getting that dollar. That's all I could focus on. And I come back in 2008, and I ended up, me and my kid's mom ended up splitting. And I think that was the point of saying that this is the bottom. Even though it wasn't the last of me, because the Lord hadn't left me yet. I just didn't know that. But I thought it was at the bottom. So I ended up out in the street, sleeping in my car, back to selling drugs again. 2010, I had my own apartment. I had a job. Things are looking good for me. Until street life kicked back in again. Now it's back to selling drugs and doing what I know. Got cars, got women. It's the things that didn't matter I thought counted. Until 2011, I looked up and my kid's mom said she was taking them away from me. I think that's when it all hit me, and I realized that this is not the spot I want to be in. After she took them from me, I ended up losing my apartment. So they put me in the street. No family members to look out for me. No, I didn't have no girlfriends. I didn't have no homies. I just found myself roaming the streets. And as I continued, I found myself in the woods. Even though I had in and out jobs, I still was in the streets. But I didn't sell dope. I didn't want to sell no more dope. I was tired. I think that's what I was. I was tired of running. So as I put that lifestyle down, and I could just say I could do it with a job. And I kept going and I kept going. But it was one thing that I never did do, and that's give up on my Lord, because I know He got my back. I found God again, and now I'm on the right path. I cut out all the drugs. I don't do drugs no more. I don't sell drugs anymore. But I'm here to tell y'all that it's okay. It's really okay. Through all the hurt and the pain, as long as you know who your Savior is and what He can do for you, what He does for you, be graceful about everything. Because at the end of the day, you still have life. He still gives you a breath of wind. You can still make a difference.